Okay, hey everybody. Happy Thursday. I'm in an amazing mood. Y'all know I love a good Thursday because it's almost Friday, but I have an amazing word for y'all. It's amazing to me. I hope it's amazing to y'all. Okay. So I'm gonna give y'all the word the way that the Lord gave me the word today. And he said to me, he said to me, I've been here before, I've been where you are, I would never steer you wrong. Those was his exact words. And it reminded me of how our parents used to be like, I would never tell you the wrong thing to do because I've been where you are. I've been, he didn't say it like that, but that's what it reminded me of. I've been where you are. I would never tell you the wrong thing to do. I would never steer you wrong. And you know, us being the kids that we were or the teenagers that we were, yeah, nagging, yeah. But God is saying, I've been where you are. I would never steer you wrong. I've been in your position. And he sent me to Hebrews 4. Hebrews 4 verse 15. That's where we are. It says, for we do not have a high priest who is unable to empathize with our weakness, but we have one who has been tempted in every which way, just as we are. Yet he did not sin. Okay? He didn't sin. He conquered every temptation that was thrown his way. But we fall short of that. We fall short. We sin. We do all of that. And so I'm doing my little Bible study and I'm reading and I'm on this topic of, y'all know I've been working on surrendering and being obedient and just letting God do his big thing. And I'm on this topic of like receiving my promises and how I can get from where I am now to whatever God showed me. And so I was asking God, like, why is there a delay, or why is it taking such a long time, or why haven't I seen, this come to pass or that come to pass? And his simple answer was literally obedience. And so we're going to go back into Deuteronomy for a second, right? When the Israelites, or the children of Israel, the Israelites, did not get their promised land, and why they didn't get their promised land. So y'all can read that on your own in Deuteronomy chapter 1 verses 19 through 45, right? But the simple answer is they weren't obedient. Not only were they not obedient, but they were complainers. They lacked faith and trust in God. And so I'm just going to read a couple verses. I want y'all to read it on your own, but I want to read a couple verses from Deuteronomy. And it says, in Deuteronomy chapter 1, this is verse 26. It says, but you were unwilling to go up. You rebelled against the command of the Lord your God. You grumbled in your tent. So you're complaining in your tents, right? You rebelled against him, so you're being disobedient. And then it says, in spite of this, we jump down from 25 to 32 to verse 32. It says, in spite of this, you did not trust in the Lord. So you lack faith, you lack trust. And so although God told me the simple thing was like your obedience, it also is your obedience, your faith, your trust, and your complaining. So y'all know I've been posting about it anyway, trying not to complain. And my prayer has been for God to silence my voice. Anytime I get ready to complain about something, for him to silence my voice, whether it's through a text message or I'm verbally speaking, to just silence my voice. Because as we all know, there's life and death and there's power in our tongues. And so I realize, like, every time I complain about something, whatever the case may be, I am hindering my gift or my promise or whatever I'm complaining about, right? So I was like, Lord, just shut me up. Do me one of these, because I'm not doing nothing but hurting myself. And so as we get ready to go into 2024, I was thinking, like, anytime we start a new year, everybody's always like, oh, this is my year. This is going to be a good year for me. Everything's going to be big. Like, I'm going to do my big one. Whatever the case may be. This going to be my year. 2024 going to be my year. And I haven't seen anybody say that yet, but it's coming. And so as we get ready to go into 2024, I was just thinking, like, everybody talks about the blessing or the best year or whatever, or the promise that God gave them, but nobody talks about how to get there, or what hinders us from getting there. And so, even in Joshua chapter 5, verse 6 says, the Israelites had moved about in the wilderness 40 years until all the men who were of military age when they left Egypt had died, since they had not obeyed the Lord. And so, as we get ready to go into 2024, I want you guys to ask God, how do I get from point A to point B? How do I get from where I am right now to where you've called me to be, or to where I want to be, that lines up with your will for my life? What does my obedience look like? What does my faith walk look like? And I want you guys to just allow him to show you, whether it's in a dream or a vision, or he's speaking to you through his word, or maybe he's speaking to you through small whispers. That's another topic for another day. Allow him to show you that. Allow him to tell you that. And I want you guys to be very obedient to what he's telling you to do. Even the small things, like maybe he's telling you to forgive somebody, or maybe he's telling you to apologize to somebody. Down to the smallest of details, down to the smallest of instruction, because what I've learned over these last few weeks in me trying to be obedient, even the smallest of instructions, like, Alex, don't send that message, or don't be greedy, because I've been wanting to eat 2 or 3 pieces of cake, and he'd be like, don't be greedy. So down to the smallest of instructions, it might seem like in the moment that it doesn't matter, but at the end of the day, God is trying to see how obedient are we. Because if he knows that he can trust us with those small instructions, then he knows that as he builds upon it, he can start to trust us with the bigger things, right? So he wants to give us those promises. Ask God, how can I unlock the blessings that you have in heaven? How can I see those physically manifest here on earth? What does that look like? What steps do I need to take? Who do I need to let go of? What does my faith walk look like? What does my obedience look like? I want you guys to do that and just practice radical obedience, and join me on this walk of surrendering and just letting God do his thing, so that we can all have blessed and prosperous 2024. That's it. That's all I had to. The word was about obedience, and God giving us the instruction and wanting us to follow the instruction. Just like our parents used to say, I've been here before. I would never steer you wrong. That's basically what God is saying. He's been here before. He's been tempted. He's been every bit of what we've been through. He's been there, and he did not sin, and he obeyed everything that God told him to do. And he wants us to do the same thing, so that we could get to our promised land, so that we could have our blessings here on earth as they are already in heaven. Okay? That's it. Y'all have a wonderful Thursday night. I was just excited to release that. I want y'all to be living in y'all blessings too. That's all. Just practice obedience. And really hone in on what God is telling you to do. That's what I want y'all to start doing for 2024. Okay? Y'all have a good night. I'm going to see y'all in the next one. Bye.